Hello everybody and welcome to, I'm so excited, Power Wash Simulator 2, the demo. So we're going to play the demo for this one. I have no doubt I'll probably end up buying the game because I had so much fun with the first one. The only reason that I stopped playing is that I ran out of maps to do. I even bought DLC for it and things like that. It was so good. So this one, Future Labs are doing alone, I believe. They do not seem to be publishing this through Square Enix anymore. They seem to be publishing it themselves, which is super cool. And now you have a home base, and we have pets, and the home base is going to be like changeable. We're going to be able to put some like furniture and things like that in, all sorts of things planned by the looks of it. So anyway, if I go to home base, this is our home base. And we have 3 cats. So we have Ulysses, and we have Bubbles, and we have Squeak. So that is super cute. And we also have a sofa with like a squishmallow and a Power Wash Simulator cushion. And we've got like a desk over here for someone. Pictures and things. Oh, like a little Power Wash team. Because Power Wash Simulator is always generally multiplayer. I'm not sure what the plans for the multiplayer on this one are. Whether it's going to just be sort of local, join with your friends sort of thing, or whether there will be bigger and better things than that. We've got a board here as well, and it looks like we've got all sorts of little things, throwbacks to sort of story elements from the first one, possibly as well. We've also got pictures of the cats. So I think that one is Squeak. I think that is Ulysses with the blue collar. And I think Bubbles is the other one. So, yeah, I'm guessing that we might be able to... I mean, I'm thinking that shelf there looks like it's just prime for, like, getting things on missions and displaying them there as achievements or something. I'm not really sure, but that would be really cool if that's what they were planning. We've got a map here. So we're not just in Muckingham anymore. We now have Pumpton, Detergento, Washingham, Buckton, Muwaka Aitu Desert. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly at all. Lubra City, Sponge Valley, Sparkleton, Mount Rushless National Park. Did I say Power Falls? I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's the Caldera County. And so we've got like this whole massive, I don't know how many maps they've got planned, but it seems like it's going to be quite expansive, and I'm very excited. So anyway, let's start washing. We've got a van to start with. I believe we've got a van and then some kind of room-based one, so we'll try and do both of them if possible. So great news, you're fully moved in and the removals vans moved to the wash bay awaiting your expertise. Don't think the van should pose too much trouble despite you having to sell off most of your equipment. I know we got a bit carried away at the auction, but trust me, there's so much potential in the place. So much more potential in this place, sorry. Oh, and Jess says not to worry about paying for the van hire. In fact, she'll pay you. So yeah, lots of potential. So possibly the fact that we've got loads more map to discover, the fact that we've got like a board where we can put the story together, because there was so much story that ran through Power Wash 1 and I was so excited about that story, but you could blink and miss it, and if you were doing things in the wrong order or anything like that, then you wouldn't really necessarily get a cohesive story. But if you can, and you'd forget, you'd go away for a bit, you'd do another map, and then you'd forget what happened in the previous one. So if you've got a board where you can put it all together, then that's really cool. Anyway, let's start the job because I am gushing right now. I'm just so excited. Okay, we have a very filthy van. So it looks like we've still got ladders and things. We've got a bit of a different control scheme nowadays. It seems like you are now rolling your mouse wheel. It's been a while since I played the first one, so I'm not entirely... And okay, so the amount of controls that I have to learn in even just a week or a month, and I've probably not played Power Wash in 6 months, a year, something like that. So they all fall out of my head, I'm going to be honest. Someone drew a smiley face on the dirty van. Of course they did. So anyway, we've got, if we press 1, it changes our gun. Okay. If you press 2, it changes you from soap And I believe the soap has been a bit upgraded, or you can upgrade it more or something. There's something about the soap that's going to be better this time anyway. And number 3 is long or short. It doesn't... In the old one, you had like 3 or 4 different lengths of... and maybe you will be able to get plus and plus plus and plus 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 and just press 3 several times to go through it. So I imagine most of the time I'm going to want to be... I mean, I don't know what that one is compared to that one. So it's like, I don't know. Can we? Oh, right. That is our list. Okay, that's tab. Change stance with control. And you've still got 2 stances there. You've still got the stand up, the sort of semi-crouch, and the almost lying on the floor crouch. Jump with space. Change washers with 1. And like I say, I'm not really sure. Change nozzles with 2. I did show you that one. Change extensions with 3. So they're actually giving the proper words, whereas I'm like, make it long, make it short. Dirt highlight is Q. It is the whole van right now. Free aim mode with C. Which is not something I tend to like. I like to move with the washer. It feels nicer to me somehow. Task list is tab, as we found out. R to hide cleaned. That's good. So anything you've already cleaned comes off the list. I like that. I like that actually a lot. Okay. Open or close the game menu with escape. I want to see like, so... washer equipment. What have we got at the moment? Prime Vista and the Urban. So it feels to me like the Urban, light duty washer in the Urban X range. Oh yeah, we did have Urban X last time, I seem to remember. Provides power comparable to the medium duty washers of its competitors, but at a cost to the area of effect. Whereas this one is a light duty washer in the Prime Vista range, provides a great entry level washing experience. So it's very powerful, but it's very narrow, which is possibly what we'll want later on. I think we should go for a general wide go over of everything. So using my scroll wheel to go through the washers and get it as wide as I can, and we'll do as much as we can with a wide washer. I'm not using soap. I'll maybe do a bit of soap on some of it, maybe if I feel like it, because quite frankly I found soap utterly useless in the first one, and I'll probably find it utterly useless in this one. The reason being, and even though they've improved apparently the soap, most things in this only require 1 going over and they're clean. If you do soap, you have to go over it twice. You've got to put the soap on and then you've got to wash the soap off when you could just wash the muck off. So I would probably save soap for anything that's very, very tough to get off. So if I'm finding something that's like super, super tough, soap. If not, we go over it once with the widest nozzle possible. If we're struggling to get things off with the wide nozzle, we go down nozzles. And then if I think that the soap will allow us to go back to a wider nozzle and get things done quicker, then... So, you know, it really depends on what's happening. But at the moment, this is coming off just with a wide nozzle and just with 1 going over with a bit of water. So there's absolutely no reason in my mind that we would need to use soap right now. I don't know if the underneath is too bad. Actually, not too bad. There are some bits underneath here, look, are a bit needing to be done. Oh, I love a good ding. Sorry, I am giddy that this game is coming out. Like, I'm not usually like this, but I just played so much of the other one. And you're like, Sheilab, you're a weirdo. Why do you enjoy pressure washing? It's just so therapeutic. It's so satisfying. make thing clean, thing go ding. It's just like perfect dopamine release. Oh, such a good thing. I love the thing. Just go around all of it. And then, like I say, I'll show you how soap works, but I'm not really thinking that soap is particularly needed on this project. Soap seems to be free now, though. It used to be something you had to pay for. So that might make a bit of a difference, because it was like, well, I could go over this thing 3 times with water, or I could pay for the soap. And you know what I'm like? I don't want to pay for anything. Oh, that's another ding. Don't know how many things I'll have missed. Oh, hello, Harper Shaw. What have you got to say? Just having a quick nose around your new crib. It's even bigger than I remember. Excited to see what you're going to fill it with. Me too. I'm so excited to have a crib that I can... To have something that over the game you can build up. And I like that in a game. And it's something that the first one was missing a bit. It had like such amazing levels. Had really nice levels to it. It never had anything that would allow you, like I say, the storyboard to put together the newspaper articles and things. It never had anything like that. Never had anywhere you could put stuff like that. I think that's going to be such a good reason to get this game as well as the first one. I mean, obviously the first one, you know, I've done all the levels, so it's nice to have new levels in a brand new game as well. But it's always nice when there's new features too. Okay, so the windows look like they might need a little bit of extra TLC, either a stronger jet or... But it's always good just to see what's going to come off just with the very basic, you know, shove the washer over it sort of thing. I can only imagine the roof is going to be filthy too. Like I say, I don't think the underneath is too bad. Although you can get an extra angle on that wheel there by crouching down. Shall I just get along here too? Probably going to do most of this project just by using ladders and things. I'm not going to probably use the long nozzle too much. Although it might be useful just for getting that very... It looks like we can't quite reach that very top bit. So what I might do is change to the long nozzle and just go around the very top with it. Then I'll ladder my way up to the roof and do the roof. You could go up on the ladder and try and sort of mess around with that to do the side, but the ladder will probably get in the way of the side anyway. So I'll just go up as far as I can. And then I will... Ah, another good thing there. I'll just go up as far as I can. And then we'll change to the long nozzle for the rest of it. Yeah, I think I'm quite liking it, as much as it's taking a tiny bit getting used to having all of these different sort of ways to choose nozzles and ways to choose different pressure washing things. I'm going to need some... let's put this down. We can stand on that to do this little bonnet bit. That seems to be a little bit out of reach. That's a perfect little step to get up there, isn't it? Lovely. Just to get the visit. Oh, and it looks like getting a bit closer to that is helping. I think I need a... maybe that one? Just because it seems to need a little bit more pressure, this one. Maybe even this one, actually, for these, like, very dirty bits. Or soap might have helped there, I don't know. Equally, possibly, the other gun would have been a higher pressure nozzle as well. So let's get back to the wider nozzle. But I'm going to do a long extension and see if I can just get these bits up the top. I don't know whether they'll need a bit more pressure. But I'll see what I can do. I'd like to get all the sides done, all the wheels done and everything. And then we can have a look at what's still needing to be done. There's a few things like around these wheels, for example. Bits under here. I still have the long nozzle on for that, which probably wasn't entirely needed, but okay. It was only a tiny little bit we were doing there. So that is looking pretty good. I'll come back to that window in a minute. I'm just going to need probably, like I say, a closer nozzle, a narrower nozzle, or maybe the stronger pressure gun. I'm going to start putting the word out for you everywhere I go. Thank you, Harpershaw. Trust me, you're going to get jobs coming in from all over the county. Wonderful. My reputation clearly precedes me. Right, let's go back to the short nozzle. Let's go to this very... No, actually, you know what? Let's use some soap. Let's soap up those windows. All right, and then see if that is going to help us. Let's then go back to the wide-angled one and see if that comes off with soap. It does indeed. So that really helps with probably... You're going to want to see that very dirty soap. Sorry, that very dirty dirt. If that makes sense. This dirt that seems to be like very stuck on. That's going to be a soap job. And like I say, I don't think the soap costs you money anymore. And I'm fairly certain you had to buy soap in the previous one. And like I say, that is just why I never used it. I was like, I'd rather spend an hour on this job than use soap and have to buy supplies. I was pretty bad, to be honest. All right, so we've got the whole inside to do still, because of course we do. And this back area here. 810 RNG. Random number generation. Oh, I'm gonna take off your smiley face, whatever wag put that on there. And by wag, I mean person that makes jokes, not like a footballer's wife and girlfriend. Could you imagine them going around? Imagine a footballer's wife going around putting smiley faces on dirty trucks. No, me neither. Okay. Get this inside done. Are we still on the wide? No, we're not on the widest one. How dare. This inside bit is definitely going to want a wide nozzle because we're quite close to it. It's not a particularly dirty dirt. Some dirts are dirtier than other dirts in this, okay? It's not stubborn stains. It's not stuck on stuff. I should be able to just use the biggest, widest jet and just go over it 1 or 2 times. It should just come off. As long as I'm still close enough. Although this does seem to be a little bit... I do wonder whether soap would be good here. It does seem to be a little bit stubborn, honestly. The soap is faster now, I think. Oh no. I used the wrong one. I am feeling like soap, A, being free and B, being a little bit better is helpful. So soap, jury's still out a little bit on it, but I do think it's more useful than it used to be. especially with the control scheme now, meaning because I think you used to have to go into tab and then you had to select. So now you've got all these quick controls. Maybe you used to have them and I just didn't use them. I don't know, but it's very in your face now that you can just change it with 1, 2, and 3. So this is coming off quite easily. So I don't think I would use soap here. What up, people? Caldera County's premier power washer is back up and running. Yeah. In our new premises. So are they wanting money for marketing now? So if your grubby house brings stink eye from the neighbors, or every trip in the car feels like a walk of shame, hit us up. Oh, that's actually good to know. Thanks. But that you're certainly still getting the OG experience of wash the thing, get the ding. That rhymes. You can use that if you want Power Washer Simulator people, Future Labs. Wash the thing, get the ding. Feel good about yourself for making things clean. And if I know anything from the previous one, this van level is tiny compared to some other ones they may give you in future. So, and this has been a good 20 minutes of washing. I don't know, maybe other people can do it faster than me, but you know, maybe if I used more soap. Doesn't seem to need it too much around here though. Yeah, the roller shutter frame is done. There's going to be probably a lot of things. I'll get to the end and I'll have done most of it. We'll have to go through all the little bits I've missed. It's just, it is the way of the game, I'm afraid. In the first one as well, there were things like you could get little achievements for doing things like rolling a ball down a slide and things like that. I wonder if they'll have things like that in this one too. Little Easter eggs that we can find. A nice light done there. I'm wondering whether to bring the step ladder in here or whether we're going to need to just use the longer nozzle for that little bit at the back there. That's the bit of the cab that goes above the... Well, that's the cab there, and that's the bit that goes above the cab. Like I say, in a moving van and things, that would usually allow you to fit more stuff in. It would be like a little overhead compartment, but it looks like it's not really usable for storage space there, is it? All right, let's finish the back of the door. I'll finish all the bits I can with the... Well, at least all the bits I can see anyway. I'll do the roof and then we'll do that bit at the front. And then I'll see how many things I've got left. I mean, it's looking like we're about 2/3 of the way through. We've got bits of the bumper left, bits of the cabin door. There's a lot of things that are like 98, 99%. They just need a little bit of a boof and then they'll be done. I'm going to hide cleaned, see how much we've got left. As much as that looks like a long list, that's actually not horrendous. Because a lot of it is already like 99% done, and I'm just going to need to go and pixel hunt a little bit at the end. Each one of these lights in the ceiling is... And that hasn't dinged yet, that one. I missed something there. Probably. So I don't really know if there's much of a strategy towards sort of speed running these. I'm sure there are people that speed run this. For me, that is not, it's not the thing. For me, this whole game is about, well, clean the thing, get the ding. And it's also just about chilling, relaxing, chatting with a friend while cleaning away. It's a bit like fishing for me, okay? Or I imagine that's what fishing is for a lot of people. Go fishing. They're not really there to catch the fish. They're there to get some peace and quiet and just sort of set the worlds to right with each other. All right. Let me just see if this will work. Yeah. So for those of you that missed it because it was so quick, because obviously the changing of nozzles is super quick now, which is great. I changed to the long extension to do that little bit at the front there. So I'm going to hit Q and just see if there's any little bits still. There we are. Still here on the inside. I'm not seeing any more particularly. Ah, a couple on the door. I'm going to crouch down. I think there's a bit underneath that door, just right up in there. There we go. Gotcha, you sneaky little roller shutter door. Okay, so this van is looking pretty nice. Back of the wheels, it looks like the back that it looks like I'm going to need to crouch down. But first, let's change back to a normal sized nozzle. It looks like we missed the wing mirrors. I'm just going to do that with a more powerful jet for a second because it looks like it just isn't quite there. We didn't do the back. Ah, there we are. We got our ding for that now. Lovely. Is that the same on the other side? Did we miss that one or did we do that one okay? I think we were okay for that one. It looks the roof is going to need doing. There's a little bit down here. So I think we're just going to need to get crouched right down and just use our Q ability to see what's left. Try and grab it. There we are. I'm using this one now, apparently. I'm using the black pressure washer. What? When did I change to that? I probably accidentally hit one at some point. Oh, that was some dings. Some good dings. All right. The wheels are still a bit messed up. Okay. Definitely the underneath of everything is just a bit of a pain right now. I'm going to just go and do those wheels at the front. And then we're going to start looking at the actual tab list. And I'm going to see what individual components. So when you're pixel hunting, it's really helpful. I'm going to see what individual components still need a bit of a TLC. Wheel arches are always a pain on vehicles. I always find them really annoying and difficult to do. Wheel arches could do with a bit of a... Actually, this one is better for wheels in general, I think. Something on the bumper that wasn't right. Okay. It's mostly about your perspective. So if you're stood upright and you're just doing your thing, cleaning the sides of the van, all these bits underneath are just not going to be as visible. Again, wheel arches. It's always the wheel arches for me. There's a wheel on the back corner. How are we doing now? Roof trim, hubcaps 3 of 4, grill. The grill's still not done. Is that the one at the front? Oh, really? There are like tiny little bits of grill that have still got... There we are. That's done. Okay, let's get this back wheel done. So now we're bumper... Cargo hold light. Ah, there's still one of those. That's so annoying. I knew there was one that hadn't dinged. Right, I'm going to go back to my original. I'm going to keep doing that, aren't I? Keep changing them. So there's something about one of these cargo lights. I'm sure it was this middle one. Yes, I knew it. I knew that hadn't dinged. And it's starting to get, now it's starting to give me helpers, because it's like, you've only got a few things to do now. So the windscreen wipers, for some reason, that wasn't done. Okay, lovely. Bumper. Which bit of the bumper? This one. Okay, done. I don't know what was missing there. There's tire 3 of 4 and hubcap 3 of 4. And then we've got to do the roof. So, which tire? Saying this one here. Okay. Well, that's the hubcap. Don't know about the tire though. Maybe we'll have to come back to that after we do the roof. All right then. I think it's roof time. And again, I'm thinking let's go for the widest nozzle we can and see how well that does at actually pulling the dirt off. And if it does well enough, then that is absolutely fine by me. We'll keep using it. If it struggles, I will move it down. I'm actually thinking this roof might benefit from soap. I'm going to soap it down, and because I was having to go over things a little bit more than once. So I'm thinking soap might be good here. I'm going to soap that roof. And then what I'm hoping is I can go over the whole thing with the wide nozzle and it will just all come up. But yeah, I will be very, very happy if we get into the full game, like, and the soap is fully free. Because I did not like paying for soap before. I hope that I'm right about that. The soap was paid for, and I'm not just making that up in my memory, because memories can be unreliable, you know. It's looking pretty good. Any bits left? Okay. Yeah, even quite far away, that's really good. That just comes straight off. Now the trim, I think I've got the trim around the top quite well. There might just be a bit of trim around the bottom that's not so great. And then we just need to go back and find which tire has a little tiny pixel to hunt on it. And we are done. That's about half an hour. So I imagine if I do the second level, that's probably going to be at about our hour-and-a-half mark that we usually like to try and go for. So, right, let's have a look at this roof trim. See if I can see any bits that need... Oh, let's go to the long nozzle. Okay, that's done. Right, there's a tire around the front. Okay, it's one of the front tires. Thought I'd done those quite a lot. There we are. Job complete. That took us just over half an hour. Is this... Well, actually, a little bit less than that, because we spent ages going around the base, because I'm so excited that we have a base now. Is this Muckingham's Premier Power Washer? Rinse and repeat. Oh, I missed the thing. Oh, I'm guessing that that's giving us our next job, though. So, yay, we still get our, we still get our, super fast replay. I used to love these. I must say the replay doesn't look quite so good quality. I don't know if it's because it's so big. But yeah, still happy that I get to see it. Oh, here we are. Any more to that? Okay, well, Harper Shaw's back. Wishy, Jess is enthralled by her sparkling removals van. She says she'll give you first dibs on any... Is this our name? Our name is Wishy, is it? Okay, cool. She'll give you first dibs on any furniture she comes across, so keep an eye out for any new items appearing in the shop. It's all pre-restoration stuff, so pretty dirty, but I'm sure you're okay with that. Told you it would come together. Oh, we get given dirty furniture, and we clean it, and then it becomes our furniture we can put in our base. So excited by that. I don't know why, but I am. Okay, so I'm going to go to home base then. And then we'll continue from there in just a second. I'm going to have a look and see if anyone's left us any dirty furniture. So furniture unlocked. Purchase furniture via the furniture catalog in the shop. Escape. All right. So we've got furniture here. There it is. A retro rug and a whimsical sofa. I want a retro rug and a whimsical sofa. Wonderful. Okay, so where do they show up? They come in down here or something? They come in down here? Access own furniture at the home base tab. Oh, here we are. Basement mode. Look, it's my dirty sofa. Let's clean it. I love that for me. Looking good. The cats are meowing. Was I supposed to feed them or something? I hope not. Do the back and then I'll crouch down and have a look if there's any little hidden bits underneath. And then we can get this into the main bit then. All right. Probably loads of stuff under here that's all dirty and I haven't seen. Yay! Item clean. The whimsical sofa. Place the clean furniture in the main room of the home base. So I'm figuring we can just... Is this meant to be the main room? I put the sofa like here. Oh, you can put things on an angle as well and make them all like cute. I love it. All right, let's get my dirty rug. Clean that up too. Okay, it is ready. Exit placement mode. Let's get cleaning. Sorry, I'm making you all dizzy, probably running in circles there. And this was all pretty easy to wash as well. Everything's easy to wash when you have a pressure washer. You know what we need? What no one has done before, ever? Steam cleaner. Steam cleaner simulator. Someone do that, please. I would play that. I'm going to put that like here. Oh, don't they go well together? Don't they just look like they absolutely go together, those two things? Mm-hmm. All right, let's get going to... Let's come out of furniture placement mode. Placed furniture limit 0%. I don't know whether I'm meant to go up here or anything. All right, let's start washing and go to the public facility Equinox Boulevard in Detergento. So I think this might be the first time I've visited Detergento. Welcome to the new town of to the town of Detergento, where the past meets the future to manifest a present we can all live with. A thing happened to us the other day when I asked my colleague to do a deep dive inventory of our public facilities. We found schematics for a revolutionary convenience installed in 2003, but then almost immediately forgotten about and assumed to be a bench. The whole thing is just pure Detergento. Okay, I see. So is this like a toilet and they thought it was a better... When they say public convenience, that's kind... I don't know. Oh, right. Yes. Yes, we're going to need soap for this. Yep, I am definitely thinking that they've improved the use case for soap hugely in this game. They saw that no one was using soap in the last game and they were like, no, we will make soap useful this time. And I very much appreciate that. So I think what this is, people thought this was a bench. It was so dirty, no one could see the open sign. But I believe that there might be, it might be one of these sort of toilets that pops up out of the ground. And if that is the case, there may be cleaning to do inside the toilets. Let's have a look at this. Roof, warning floor, roof sign, roof sign. So it might, it looks very easy, but I have a feeling it might change as it goes along. Be a bit of a Easter egg that there would be a public convenience inside this that I'll have to clean too. But whether they've given us the full experience, I don't know. I guess we'll probably find out once we've cleaned all this top bit. But that is my thoughts. You're like an alpha protocol when you go in the shower. I don't know how many of you have played that game and how many of you know about the shower. If you don't know, then you don't know. If you don't know, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. No. Game's old enough by now that you could probably find out though. All right, we've soaped it all. We are the soap masters. The soap looks like it's running out, so I don't know whether when the soap runs out that we have been given, whether we would have to buy more, but since as I have soap, I may as well use it. Look at me, I'm running around in circles again, aren't I? Oh, doesn't this look so much better? Yes, yes. I think I'll have to put something in my title about the soap, the new and improved soap. It's definitely better. They've definitely made the dirt on this, for example, more sticky so that soap does make it an easier clean. Whereas before it was like, well, not really making my life that much easier, is it? All right, I think we'll just finish off the soapy bits and then I'll just change to a very small jet and we'll just get that bit under the lip there that's probably going to be accessible from the floor. There we are, that's done. So I would say probably want maybe... Yes, actually, as much as I accidentally changed the washer, because I keep pressing buttons that I shouldn't be pressing, that's actually probably a better gun for the job, to be honest. Let's see if there's any bits. There's like a couple of bits on there that haven't been washed too. All right. Surprise! That is not a surprise. That is not a surprise. I am not even slightly surprised that that is what happened. I have seen pop-up toilets before, and I kind of know what they are. Okay, so actually with this, let's try and push it open, push the nozzle wider. That's actually quite a good way of washing that. I'm going to try, though. I am going to try. I'm going to go back to the original gun. I'm going to get soap out, and I'm going to try and run the soap down. Reason being, I want to know if I've got to pay for more once I run out. Doesn't look like it, though. Looks like when I switch to the soap... Oh, here we are. It seems to be filling up. Is it filling up over time or something? I'll just cover this whole thing with soap and then do it with the wide nozzle because this needs soap. This is like stuck on stuff, this. Well, at least we already did the roof before it came up, so that's pretty cool. It wouldn't be pressure washer. Sorry, pressure washer? Power washer simulator without having to clean some kind of toilet though, would it? I apologize if I ever do give it the wrong name and call it pressure washer, because it's not. It's power washer. See, putting the soap on takes a bit of time, but once we've soaped it all up, it's going to be really quick to clean it all up. So let me know in the comments whether you were on the soap or the non-soap bandwagon on Power Washer 1, or whether you think the soap is improved on Power Washer 2. I want to know your opinions on soap, okay? What you think. Whether you think you would still just use maybe a better nozzle, like a more powerful nozzle, and try and get this stuff off with that. Or whether you think that going over the whole thing with soap so you can have an easier time with the pressure washer side of it is a worthwhile trade-off. Because I really can't, I really can't quite make up my mind. I feel like this is better than the first one. Alright, let's go for the end. Gotta be quite close with this soap. In fact, I wonder whether with the longer extension, I could get these top bits a bit more easily. Oh, look, I ran out of soap. Okay, I ran out of soap. So let's have a little look at supplies and things. It lasted a long time before I ran out, though. Washer, cosmetics, washer equipment. Overalls. Van cosmetics. Washer equipment. No. Loosens all the dirt. Soap covers. Making the dirty, no, insufficient funds for that. Where are our washer styling, outfit styling, band styling? Doesn't look like there's a place to buy soap under washer equipment. It looks like there's various different washer cosmetics, furniture, outfit, van, washer equipment. So various nozzles for all of your different washers and different washers that you can buy. So what is the deal with the soap? They are going to have to let me know whether more soap can be purchased once we get to the real thing. Maybe they just did not expect me to soap up everything. It wouldn't surprise me, but I'll just finish off the rest of it with just a higher pressure nozzle. It'll be fine. Let me know again in the comments if I've somehow missed where the soap actually is, and you know. Because I am not perfect. I miss things all the time. I didn't see it anywhere in the shop, but a soap refill. I don't know if it refills over time, so I want to keep having a look at it. See, yes, look at this. The soap is refilling over time. It's giving me a refill now. So that's the deal. The soap is like you get so much soap per minute or something. Which is probably why I couldn't find it in the shop. So possibly by the time I've rinsed all of this off, the soap will be back. Yeah, that is fine by me. the soap off the floor because for some reason I just left all of that there. Hang on a second. Is that just drying off and I'm just re-wetting it? That's probably... Yes, I think it is. And I'm thinking, oh, that's soap. It's not. It's just the different color between wet and dry. That's interesting. How you've got wet and dry surfaces. Was that something you had in the first one or did it just... And the way the water runs down as well. That's quite a nice detail. Like I say, I don't remember that being something in the first one. Could have been, and I maybe just was too busy enjoying the dings to notice. But it's definitely, yeah, there's definitely different colors based on whether it's wet or dry, which is really fun. Although it's apparently making it hard for me to see whether it's soap or not there. Okay, so designed by local visionary Nazia von Gut, the pop-up restroom was designed to only appear when needed. Relying on state-of-the-art camera systems and kinetic motion sensors buried deep within the sidewalk, it would detect from the gate of passers-by when relief was needed and pop up in the nick of time. Oftentimes, it knew before even they did. I'm trying to think whether I know about pop-up toilets because of real life or because they were in the first one. I'm not even certain anymore. I don't know how half the stuff that's in my head gets in there. All right, let's go back to the soap. I'm going to go back to this washer as well. Yeah, we've got all our soap back by the looks of it. Just seemed to need a bit of time to refill. Fine by me. See, the next surprise will be that we can go inside and wash the toilet in there. You watch. You watch them do that. Oh, have I still got the long extension on? I must do. Oh, well, it doesn't hurt, does it? Means I can get up to the top without changing nozzles. Yeah, that's a good sudsy toilet block. Okay, I don't think before I open my mouth sometimes, all right? Okay. Back to... Oh, no, that is not the nozzle we want. We want this wide one. Or we will be here forever. But yeah, I'm definitely... It took me a minute to get used to it, but I definitely am starting to enjoy the way you change nozzles in this. I think it's just a lot faster. It feels like everything's kind of at the tip of your fingers rather than having to, you know, sort of stop and change mid-flow, mid-wash. At least we know the roof is done, right? Are we nearly done? There's some things the door light is not done at all, apparently. Let's get around here. Get around here. I bet the door light has like a bit on top that you need to wash. Okay, so poster cover and poster frame are not entirely done. So we're pixel hunting now. Oh, this is always the case. It's always a little bit down the edge there, isn't it? I should have known that from previous playthroughs. The door. And again, it's going to be down the sides there. Lovely. The outer floor and the outer wall base. That's the outer floor. Outer wall base. What are we missing on outer wall base? Around here, apparently. Oh, really? Okay, that needs to be... And then the door light. there is a step here, and I imagine if I stand on it, I might be able to jump and sort of do the top of that. Back behind there. There we are. Called it. Called it. Called it. Called it. Called it. How disgusting is this going to be? How much soap are we going to need? All the soap. I'm just covering it in soap, okay? This is just how it's going to be. I'm going to cover everything in soap because this looks absolutely grim. They loved doing stuff like this in the first one too. And I was like, they're not going to give you a toilet block to do and you're not going to have to clean the toilet. There's no way. There's no way on this earth that they are going to do that. No, no. Okay. Covering everything. And so I kind of feel as well like doing this particular level that I need soap. We've got to get anti-bac on this. Imagine the things you're going to catch in this place. So we're just gonna like soap it till the soap runs out, then wash it till the soap is gone, then soap it all some more. Bubbly, bubbly soap. So I've apparently fallen in love with soap now, so there we are. Whereas, like, previously I was like, nah, no soap for me, thank you. I kind of like soaping it all up and, like, seeing the difference. Look, you can eat your dinner off that now, right? Okay, I shouldn't say disgusting things like that. I'm sorry, okay? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to anybody who was eating their dinner while I was doing this. I am going to cover the entire thing with as much soap as possible. I think we ran out of soap. So is it going to come back? I think I might need to clean the soap off. I hope we're not recycling the soap. Hey, where's she? Just heard the fire chief's dog's gone missing. Oh, no. I wonder if that will be an investigation that we can do. There's always lots of stuff to investigate in... What county? What's the county's name again? I forget. In Muckington, anyway. In Muckington and its surrounding towns. Wow, it's like a whole different place. I love it. Best game ever. Toilet quite done? No. It needs a bit of a jump. I'll probably have to do a little bit more detail work soon. Just get the worst of it done for now. I'll go back to the soap and do the other half in a minute. And the ceiling. The ceiling actually isn't too bad with just the pressure washer, but the walls and floor were pretty bad. They needed a bit of extra TLC. See, like, this bit is okay. Oh, of course, this bit is soapy. That's why. I was like, this bit's coming off all right. Of course it is, Sheila. You covered it with soap. The bits I don't cover up with soap, I just like, they're not coming off with that. So if you want to use the wide nozzles, then soap is your friend. But like I say, I don't think the ceiling is too bad. Wait, someone's only gone and added a restroom extension below the grubby open bench on Equinox Boulevard. Iconic. I'm already feeling the need. This is next level ingenuity. Don't you be coming in here messing up my newly clean toilet. Thank you. How dare you? All right, let's see if we've got soap back now. We do. So as we go back to the soap, it kind of fills in. Okay, I'm not sure if it fills in what we've washed off or whether it just fills in based on time. All I know is that if you put some soap on and then you go and wash all the soap off, by the time you've done that, there is more soap for you to use. That is fine by me. Is there like a TV in here? Oh, I bet that's a baby change table. Lower change table. So we're going to have to clean that off in a second. We'll lower it down. But yeah, that's something I did love about the last one. It seems to be something that they're actually adding to on this one. And that's the interactiveness of certain things. Like you can sort of press a button and a lift comes up, or, you know, you sort of... I think there was one where you could sort of turn on cannons and things on a mech. There was all sorts of things you could do. I'm soaping the ceiling now, and I'd already said that I didn't really need to soap the ceiling as much. All right, let's just go on to that. See what I mean? You just don't need to. Like, it's the same going over it with soap and not. So that's how I tell whether I think I need soap for it or I don't need soap for it. Yeah, probably one of the last things we'll do is sort out that change table. Done. Ding. Yeah, so it's looking like this one is just as good, just as satisfying as the last one. Soap is improved, and you have a base, and you can put furniture in it, and you can wash all the furniture, and you have cats, and you have a storyboard now. So, like, yeah. I love it when a sequel is basically the same as the old one, but with improvements, rather than, like, we've made a sequel and we've taken all the good stuff out. So it's like, yeah, they've left all the good stuff in. Like I say, I think that they have changed the way you change the nozzles. I don't know whether I was just doing it the slow way or something, and that's just been taken out now, or whether it is a new thing. The nozzle changes are all new. I'm not certain. Of course, that needs soap. That is a nightmare to do. So that's what I was saying. Like, the easy to lift stuff is fine. And what I think the problem was last time with it is there wasn't enough tough stuff to get off. And also the soap, like I say, it was paid for soap. So you were kind of like, I could pay for the soap, or I could save my money and just use a stronger nozzle and a little bit more time, and it'll all be fine. There we are, change table done. And then, like I say, we're going to be kind of doing the same again and pixel hunting our way through. This is the last bit we're allowed to do in the demo. And then we're going to have to wait for them to bring out the full game. Don't know if it says when they're bringing out the full game. I'll have a look on Steam before we end this, and I'll let you know if it says anything about when the full game is coming out, because I am very excited by that. Okay, we've got some more dings going on. I'm just going to jump up onto the table and do the top there. And I'm probably going to need... I'm going to change it to a stronger nozzle for that rather than soap it. Really? I've cleaned most of it. Why is there still cockroaches in here? Yuck. This is like bug cleaner simulator now. All right, we've still got some bits. Like I say, we're on the pixel hunt now. The toilet is disgusting, though. I keep seeing cockroaches out of the corner of my eye. I swear I do. I'm actually going to change guns as well. This is, I think, a more powerful cleaner would be useful here. I'm struggling to get this change table fully done. Oh, I'm on the soap dispenser. Of course I am. There we are. Right, so this here, underneath. Right, okay. Let's give that a slightly larger nozzle. Now, you used to be able to change the nozzle's orientation from... Can we still do that? You used to be able to change it from sort of horizontal to vertical. Let's have a look at the controls and see if that's still possible. So washer cycle radial hold. Washer cycle radial hold. Oh, I can hold it down for a radial menu. Okay, that's good. R to rotate the nozzle. There we are. Look. These cockroaches need to get out of here. There's a butterfly as well. That's not so bad. All right, let's see what we can see with the Q menu, and then I'm going to start pixel hunting via the Don't make me jump on the toilet to clean the top of the hand dryer, please. I feel like it might be what I need to do. I'm going to jump on the sink instead. There we are. Right, the hand dryer did not ding though, which means there's probably something underneath it. Yes. I know this game too well. I might need to get the step stool in here then, because I think I need a bit of height if I can, if I'm allowed. If not, I may have to just jump on the baby's changing table to get up there. There we are. Okay. Looking good other than the toilet rail there and underneath the toilet. Ha ha ha. It was hiding under that toilet seat. Oh my goodness. Lying on a toilet floor right now. Not what I thought I'd be doing today. Gonna be honest. No, that's actually black. It's not something I need to clean. Okay. How are we doing? Inner wall, 99%. Hand dryer is still not done, is it? The ceiling light, the grab rail, the inner wall, the hand dryer outlet, and the sink. All right, sink. What's wrong with you then? Well, that's a tough one. All right, I'm going to go to the other gun just in case that's a bit easier somehow. No, still not. That is a hard one to get to. There's stuff underneath that rail, so that's good. There we are. Lovely. Okay. So we've got the ceiling light. Which one though? That one. Okay. The inner wall and the hand dryer outlet. Hand dryer outlet. What's wrong with you then? Underneath you? There we are. Right, inner wall. I'm going to hit Q and just see if I can see where on the inner wall is struggling. Is this part of the inner wall? Where are we? Oh, around the handrail. That does not surprise me that that's where it is. Job complete. New item available in the shop. Press escape to finish. There we are. So we had to do the whole top. Then we had to do the outside. Then we had to do the inside. I'm glad they showed the inside as well. And then it was lovely. Okay, so Rinson, you'll be delighted to learn that the public facilities kinetic sensors have been updated and it's been successfully reintegrated into our public convenience network just in time for our upcoming Equinox festival. I can state with confidence that you'll be hearing from us again. Tessa, lovely. So let's continue. Looks like we can't continue, so we can go to the home base, I hope. Currently in job. No, I don't want to reset progress. I want to go back home. Go to home base. There we are. We can go there. And apparently there's a new item, so we'll wash that up. See what it is. See what it is. Give it a wash and put it in our home base. So what have we got now? It said new item. Maybe it's not a new item for home base then. Maybe it's oh no, hang on, because you've got to go to the furniture catalogue, haven't you? There we are. We've got a new futuristic rug now. So if we now go to tab, we get that. And yay, okay. Very nice. I swear it made an electrical sound there. I think that's just my pressure washer. I think we're okay. I don't think we're going to get electrocuted by a rug. I think it's just I'm going over the vents there. It makes a slightly different sound. But yeah, I'm beyond ecstatic that they've brought this back, and I am beyond ecstatic that it plays so nicely as well, because I'd have been so sorely disappointed if I'd have been all excited to play this and then it hadn't lived up to expectations, but I feel like it has. Especially with the whole toilet thing, and they just kept on being like, well, then there's another bit, and then there's this other bit you got, and it's like, yeah, I love the little Easter eggs, the little bits of story. That's what made the first one, and it looks like they're going to be not only continuing, but probably adding to, increasing, making more of those features in this one, which is like going to be so cool. Come on, rug. Hurry up and be clean. I have to pixel hunt on a rug, clearly. Come on, we're on 99%. Where is the... I'm pressing Q. I don't see the final bits I need to do here. Come on. Where are they? Just keep going over it as much as I can. It better not be these bits. Look, there's bits on the edge. And there was a bit on the edge of the rug. Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay, so you've got this futuristic rug now. And actually, that looks quite nice over here, doesn't it? And this whole room is starting to look lovely. I love the idea that I can decorate this with my own furniture and make it look really cute. Just like, that was not something I would expect. Oh, I wasn't even expecting this game to come out. Like, I know there's been some YouTubers got to go to an event about a month ago or something and have a look at it. And I think other than that, there was someone sort of posted a bit of a teaser on Twitter a day or two ago. And that was the first I actually heard that this was coming out. And I was like, oh. So I've been looking for it ever since. And then I was sort of doing my usual trawl through the demos that I do. And I was like, oh, look what's out. Demo for PowerWash. So yeah, amazing. Really happy with it. And I think this is going to be a really, really cool game when it does come out. And from me and Bubbles and Ulysses and Squeak, that's going to be it. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please do leave me a like below. If you'd like to see more stuff like this, then please subscribe. I can let you know when videos are out. Hope to see you next time. In the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.